What is purportedly taking place on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will astound you. On social media and tea-filled blogs, there are rumors that the cast was suddenly shaken by a stunning incident. We're seeing one of the most explosive events in the franchise's history, if the reports are even partially true. While filming a new scene for the forthcoming season, Erica Mena reportedly got into a furious argument with Mendeecees' character Harris. However, the fight didn't stop there. Fans are in for sheer reality TV turmoil if even a little amount of this makes it to screen. We're not claiming that this truly happened, but other behind-the-scenes insiders are singing the same scandalous tune. What precisely transpired, what caused Erica to supposedly lose her temper, and how is Yandy responding to the backlash? Now let's tackle this problem. It began with a full-fledged slap that was caught on tape, leaving the staff and actors speechless. And you know who was present when it all took place? Like any other casual shoot for the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the actors had gathered at a private lounge in Midtown for what was supposedly a low-key catch-up dinner scene. With candles on the tables, mellow music playing in the background, and producers using earpieces to provide last-minute directions, the circumstances were relaxed. But tension was already quietly rising behind the camera, and insiders at the shoot said that as soon as Erica Mena showed there, everything started to go wrong. Wearing a red silk jumpsuit, she exuded her trademark confidence as she entered Broad's show and immediately garnered attention. Her enthusiasm was off from the start, according to several crew members, while others said she was running late and had already arrived with a noticeable annoyed demeanor. When she arrived, it was immediately clear that something was amiss because the other cast members, including Mendeecees and Yandy Smith Harris, were already seated at the big dining table. The producers reportedly had no clue what was going to happen. They were anticipating the usual spice of reality TV, maybe a sarcastic comment or two, but instead they were met with a storm. Said to have joked sarcastically that some people can't stop their guys from using social media. The insult was directed at Yandy, according to many sources. As the laughing subsided and eyes darted about the room, Yandy prepared a tight smile and replied, "Some of us don't need to monitor our men because we trust them." Suddenly, the atmosphere around the table altered. Sitting only 2 seats away from Erica, Mendeecees gazed down at his plate. According to reports, Erica rolled her eyes and laughed a little before stating that trusting someone doesn't imply that your man. Yandy remarked, "You got something to say or you just want to throw hints?" The relaxed atmosphere dissolved, and Erica leaned forward. "Ain't still creeping?" Yandy raised her head. An on-set witness claimed that despite her low voice, it pierced the room like a dagger. Producers of Gasps halted filming for a while, thinking it was simply typical manufactured tension, but then Mendeecees spoke, staring at her. She allegedly remarked, "I'm just saying if he's got nothing to hide, why he messaging women after midnight? You knew it went south when they said, 'You're reaching.'" According to reports, the camera team kept shooting, but they were unprepared for what happened next. Erica pulled out her phone, waved it a little, and said, "Am I?" since she had receipts. According to many accounts. According to reports, the table became quiet at that moment, although everyone was sufficiently alarmed by the possibility of proof. Erica shrugged and grinned. "What receipts?" She turned at Mendeecees and said, "Is there something you forgot to tell me?" Yandy's attitude allegedly went from serene to frigid in a second, the type of transition that only happens when something hits a nerve. "I don't know what she's talking about, she's clearly making things up for attention," Mendeecees said, surprised. Erica, on the other hand, wasn't backing down and leaned forward once again in a tone that was described as both sarcastic and deadly serious. Allegedly said, "So now I'm a liar. Okay, keep in mind that I tried to keep quiet because, according to insiders, that was the trigger point." Mendeecees got to his feet at this point and, rather than shouting or coming close to her, he just pointed at Erica and said, "Stop trying to destroy people's homes. You've already burned through yours." Once more, a production worker whispered, "Cut," but no one did, and Erica stood up. The energy was undeniable now, though, and the table stood between them. "Don't ever talk about my family, you don't get to judge me when you out here acting like you single." Erica yelled, "Don't ever talk about my family, you don't get to judge me when you out here acting like you single." Mendeecees responded sarcastically, and then, in a flash, Erica moved around the table. Producers tried to stop her, but before anyone could react, Erica allegedly slapped Mendeecees across the face with an open palm, causing stunned silence that Yandy witnessed. Said to have suddenly sprang to his feet and said, "Are you serious?" Her hands were shaking, and her voice cracked, causing the entire room to descend into chaos. Producers and security rushed in, and someone yelled, "Camera down. Don't act like you're innocent, you've been disrespecting her behind closed doors," Erica said incredulously as a cameraman fell during the tumult and backed back, astonished. His eyes locked on her. The statement infuriated Yandy, but before she could react, a senior producer stepped in and forcibly separated the two former cast members. Witnesses say Erica's words were as clear as day. "You're done, you're not coming back after this." She laughed a cold, short laugh and said, "You always think you're in control, guess what, this ain't your show." Her voice cracked, and some say there were tears in her eyes, while others say it was pure rage. Producers did not confirm or deny the incident, but one anonymous crew member told an industry blog, "I've worked 10 seasons, never seen anything." While others attempted to calm Yandy back, off-camera ran into the room, and security escorted Erica out while she was still yelling over her shoulder. What was supposed to be a calm catch-up dinner turned into the most shocking scene Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has ever seen, said those present. Mendeecees, still clearly shaken, sat back down in silence, but one thing is certain, this season is about to go from drama to destruction. The network is reportedly reviewing the alleged footage, and there are rumors circulating about when the slap air and the final cut will take place, as well as what this means for Yandy and Mendeecees' relationship. Moving forward, Erica's voice continued to echo down the hallway as she was escorted off set. Producers were huddled off camera debating whether the shoot should proceed or be shut down entirely, and one assistant director was heard saying, "This footage is gold, but it's also a legal nightmare." Rashida had finally returned to the table after recording her lone confessional, and the entire scene had changed from staged reality drama to something raw and completely unscripted, with Yandy pacing near the monitors visibly fuming and muttering under her breath. Her heels clicked quickly across the floor as she got closer to the chaos in the next apartment, and she could tell by Yandy's look that something important had happened. "What happened?" she asked, approaching cautiously. Yandy turned to her, hand still trembling slightly. "She hit him." Rashida. Erica smacked Men's in front of everyone, and Rashida's mouth dropped. Yandy nodded, her voice forceful but quiet, and she dared to talk about direct messages as though she were an authority. Weight slapped on camera, "Everything I dislike, it was a setup, and she has receipts." Mendeecees sat looking in the interim. Before the cameras were officially turned off, word had already begun to spread. He drummed his fingers lightly against the table, but remained silent until Rashida came up to him and placed her hand on his shoulder, asking, "You good?" He nodded slowly when she asked. "I didn't think she'd take it that far," she said, spinning uncontrollably. It didn't take long for the entire situation to start leaking. "You won't believe what just happened on set." Erica Mena slapped Mendeecees. "Chaos, straight up chaos," an anonymous crew member allegedly texted a well-known blogger, according to cast group conversations and insider blogs. One fan page wrote, "Something went down between Erica and Mendeecees," and by the following morning, social media was ablaze with odd comments. "Yandy is heated, and it's bigger than we think," insiders say. Within hours, #Ladle gained popularity, and fans who desperately needed answers started to post comments. Fans immediately began to speculate as to whether she was confirming the fight, referring to Mendeecees or Erica, but she took a completely different approach later that day, going live while standing in her kitchen with her hair in a messy bun and a cup of coffee. She addressed the rumors without specifically naming anyone that people love to play. She stayed mostly silent online, posting no pictures or stories, only a single, subtly worded note on her close friend's story, "The mask always slips eventually." Thousands of people joined the live stream, and within minutes, comments were pouring in, asking questions like, "Are you talking about Yandy? Did you really slap him? What receipts did you get?" Erica didn't name anyone, but the implication was clear, and that only made the fans want to see the behind-the-scenes footage more. Insiders revealed that MTV and the production company were in a panic, that the legal team had been called in, that there were contentious discussions about what to do, and that one executive allegedly wanted. Yandy was upset not only at Erica but also at the alleged messages, but at production she felt betrayed and blindsided. They knew something was coming and let it happen. She reportedly told a fellow cast member over the phone that same night that they set me up for drama. And now they want to act surprised. Another executive wanted to remove the entire footage, saying it might be lawsuit material, but he saw the potential for huge viewership and argued that the scene should air with some edits. 3 days after the incident, the cast was supposed to get back together for a mandatory mediation meeting with just production, legal, key cast, and no cameras. According to leaked details, the meeting was tense from the moment Yandy and Erica walked into the room. Yandy, who was wearing a simple black blazer and sunglasses, reportedly refused to make eye contact with Erica when the meeting started. Speculation fans began searching through old rumors that went beyond headlines and even out-of-date screenshots that might or might not have been genuine. Yandy was the first to declare, "I don't care what needs to happen," in a cool but collected voice, when the mediator asked if anybody wanted to begin. Erica allegedly rolled her eyes and slumped back in her chair when she finished, asking, "You think you're the boss of this show?" The mediator asked the producers for a compromise in an attempt to diffuse the tension, but Yandy immediately lashed out, saying, "It ain't, but I won't share space with someone who puts hands on my husband." "Girl, please, this ain't the Yandy network," she shouted. "I don't make a show of my." Was adamant that it was either her or me, saying that if she stays, I walk. By the end of the meeting, no decision had been made, and Erica left early, allegedly slamming the door on her way out. However, before MTV released an official statement, there were rumors that the network was considering suspending Erica for at least 2 episodes while the footage was examined and legal counsel was sought. Supporters were divided, with some siding with Yandy, who said she had the right to demand accountability, and others with Erica, who said she revealed something no one else had the guts to. A number of cast members who had been at the scene began to tweet vague reactions, like, "Man, I thought I'd seen everything." "Truth always hits different when it's loud," said Jessica White, who posted a black and white selfie. Meanwhile, others wanted only the chaos, the drama, the slap of the footage, and the dot back at the main production hub. Sources claim that editors were already cutting scenes and were instructed to prepare 2 versions of the episode, one with the fight and one without. A fan wrote, "Stay strong, sis, we know you're dealing with snakes." And to everyone's surprise, Yandy replied with just one word, "Watch." Fans were furious by her one response. Was she advertising that the scene would air? Was she going to be honest, or was she simply warning viewers about what was happening? Fans wanted the truth, or at least their version of it, and within hours fan pages were analyzing her response, looking through old footage, interviewing people, and reliving every interaction between Erica Mena and Mendeecees they could find. No one was certain that what they were about to witness would change everything, but everyone knew that the drama was far from over. The word "watch" kept reverberating on social media platforms, smothering the rumors into a full-fledged wildfire. "We're not hiding a slap, we're determining how to present it," someone added. Production meetings were acrimonious as a result of the heated theories that were discussed behind closed doors. At that point, Yandy allegedly sent an email requesting complete openness and requesting to view the unedited raw tape. According to reports, half of MTV's legal team was pushing to delay the episode until further review, while others argued that removing the slap would only confirm guilt and make things worse because people already knew too much. Meanwhile, Mendeecees, who had been mostly quiet, consented to meet with producers off camera and allegedly acknowledged that he had actually communicated with someone in Erica's social circle, not with her niece as she had first claimed, but with a woman who was associated with her, claiming that it was not inappropriate because it was about an old business deal that never happened and that he never sent her any flirtatious or deceptive messages. Saying that the messages were misinterpreted and taken out of context. He allegedly told producers, "I am not denying contact, but I am denying intent. If someone wants to spin a narrative they can make anything look guilty." When asked why he didn't say this on camera immediately, he responded, "I didn't want to give Erica any more camera time than she already stole." This partial admission raised concerns, not necessarily for Yandy, who insiders say already knew something was wrong, but for MTV, who were now holding a grenade and trying to decide whether to pull the pin. In a matter of minutes, the clip was reposted, screen recorded, slowed down, and examined by blogs exclusively. Leaked footage of Erica Mena's slap received over 1 million views in 12 hours, with one headline describing it as the most unhinged moment in legal history. The online footage was grainy, shaky, and clearly recorded without permission. It showed a portion of the fight from a different angle, most likely from a crew member's phone, though the angle wasn't perfect, while other cast members were more divided. A source close to Rashida claimed that she was now supporting Yandy behind the scenes, saying, "Rashida's been through enough public mess to know when someone crosses the line." Jessica White reportedly told producers during her next confessional shoot, "I get why Erica lost it. I'm not arguing that she was correct, but I do understand it." Unfazed by the backlash, Erica doubled down the day after the leaked video went viral, posting a cryptic reel on Instagram, a slow-motion video of her walking down a hallway in full glam, with the caption, "When the world wants a villain." Bambi was not directly involved, but she allegedly said in a group text thread, "Ain't nobody slapping my man," and walking away. Yandy's got every right to flip. Her message was leaked, of course, and fueled the fire. Fans flooded the comments with both praise and outrage, calling her iconic and demanding that she be removed from the show permanently. The biggest development came a few days later when MTV released an internal memo that was not made public but leaked to the press within hours, stating that while the incident was under active review, Erica's participation in the next 2 tapings had been postponed until further notice. They were drinking wine and chatting to fans at a laid-back late-night get-together with Rashida when comments flooded in with queries like, "What happened? Did you get struck by Erica? Will you be departing from the show?" Yandy grinned and added, "You know what's wild? People think if you stay silent you're guilty. Sometimes silence means you've said all you needed to say." Rashida gave Yandy a somewhat menacing look, but Yandy saw it as confirmation. Bloggers took it as fodder, and the narrative just grew more violent. Behind the scenes, MTV was already rearranging future shoot schedules, and while everyone had their opinions, there were rumors that Yandy had threatened to walk if Erica returned, that her contract gave her the power to stop filming in certain areas, and that new call sheets allegedly did not include her name. For his part, he finally broke his silence with a simple Instagram post that featured a black and white image of his hand holding his daughters with the caption, "Protect peace at all costs." In cases involving physical altercations, more footage from the slap incident was also allegedly leaked to blogs. In brief, hazy clips of the aftermath. Yandy was seen pacing Mendeecees while holding his jaw, while a producer yelled, "Cut the damn feed." Despite the increased noise, there were still questions. Was Erica really trying to expose Mendeecees? Was there any truth to those alleged DNs? Would MTV actually air the slap, or were they just letting the online craze to create hype? Most importantly, could Yandy and Mendeecees weather this storm without breaking? As the premiere date approached, the atmosphere around Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had shifted from excitement to obsession, with viewers actively seeking out drama, scrutinizing every post, hint, and blurred-out teaser frame like gospel. The alleged slap, which might or might not air, had already become cult among fans who now demanded full context, full footage, and full fallout, and the network knew exactly what they were sitting on. On a weekday, only 7 seconds of new footage were shown, but if fans paused the video just right, they claimed to see a blurred-out figure lunging across a table. This was enough to start another viral storm, and Yandy kept her composure, which only made the situation more intense. At the same time, marketing teams began altering the promotional materials, putting more emphasis on Yandy's face in slow pans during candid close-ups of her wedding ring, but something had changed about her. A source on set described her as quietly burning, professional, but different, colder. When asked about Mendeecees, she would purse her lips and turn away, and when asked about her, she would simply say, "We're dealing with it." The tone was always flat, and the same couldn't be said for Erica, who was taken off the main filming schedule, and her stories were posted online more than ever before. Despite this, she was attending all of the scheduled shoots and doing all of the confessionals, and the crew claimed that she was giving her best on-camera performance to date. Fans were divided. Was she spiraling? Was she planning? Or was she just enjoying the mess she helped create? At one point, things reached a breaking point during the taping of a group event that Erica was contractually required to attend, a foundation gala hosted by Scrappy and Bambi. The producers had no choice but to allow her presence, but the precautions were strict: 2 separate entrances, separate glam teams, and one strict rule that there be no contact between Erica and Yandy. The camera crew noticed the energy and immediately positioned themselves. Of course, the venue was late, so the tension was like thunderheads turning phones, and even the bartenders whispered, "Oh no, not her." Erica passed by and asked, "You still pretending to be the victim?" "Don't do it," she muttered, reaching for Yandy's hand, loud enough for the microphone to pick it up. Yandy only smirked and didn't stand or shout. There was a blur of footsteps between them again, but this time, Mendeecees, who had been standing near the bar, reportedly stormed toward her upon hearing Erica's voice, declaring, "You don't speak." She said softly, with the same unreadable, flat smile she had been wearing for weeks, almost as if she were asking herself, "You slapped my husband on camera and you still think you're the one owed an apology?" Erica stopped, turned around, and said, "I exposed your husband, you should be thanking me. Funny how you have so much to say now but not when your messages were lighting up my niece's phone." Yandy finally stood face to face with the woman who had destroyed her marriage and her season when the DMs and receipts returned, along with the lingering suspicion. "You're obsessed," she said. "On my family ever again. This is your final warning." The music slowed, everyone held their breath, the entire gathering momentarily froze, and people halted mid-conversation. The cameras kept rolling, and the network later confirmed that even though there were no physical altercations that night, the footage from the gala would undoubtedly be used in an upcoming episode because it was too tense and captivating to ignore. Erica said softly, "You wanted to be me so bad you came after my husband, and when that didn't work you tried to destroy him." Erica responded sympathetically, "Maybe I just got tired of people pretending they're perfect while they're hiding trash under the rug. I've stayed quiet because I wanted to protect my family, but silence doesn't mean weakness and it definitely doesn't mean guilt," Yandy said, looking directly into the camera when she finally posted a video to her profile the next morning. It wasn't a breakdown or a tirade, but rather a simple black and white sit-down clip. "Many boundaries were broken and many things were said, but I don't react to noise, I react to truth. Yandy's face was obscured by big sunglasses, and she and Mendeecees walked together, maybe as a subliminal sign of solidarity in the face of criticism. The internet went crazy, with fans screaming, blogs reposting, podcasts speculating, and MTV refusing to comment. Producers said they were evaluating Yandy, which left the comment section flooded with praise Team Yandy hashtags and some of her former defenders switching sides and accusing her of being messy for attention. Erica posted one final blow, a 5-second Instagram story with a blurry, unverified screenshot of what appeared to be a message chain. The one line was clear: "Just don't tell Yandy. We are left staring at the remains of what should have been just another season, a season that descended into betrayal, public explosions, and a slap that may never be forgotten." Mendeecees doesn't say anything, but everyone knows without a shred of doubt that this season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be unlike anything they have ever seen before, raw, personal, and completely unforgettable. What started out as an awkward dinner scene has evolved into the pivotal moment of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's upcoming season, and if this is just the beginning, we can only speculate as to what lies ahead. Do you think Erica was exposing something real, or was this all for clout and camera time? Should MTV keep the slap scene in the episode or protect the cast by cutting it? Is Yandy justified in demanding that Erica Mena be officially removed from the show? The world is watching more closely than ever, the tension is rising, and one thing is certain: this isn't just reality TV anymore, it's a full-fledged emotional battlefield, and we want to hear from you. If this is how the season starts, we're not even ready for how it ends, so until next time, keep your tea hot and your drinks cold. Erica's removal, or is there more to the story she's not telling? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every angle, every theory, every wild guess. If you're as interested in the mess as we are, please hit the subscribe button and like this video so you never miss a single twist, slap, or shady revelation from the Littell universe.